certainly credit Arizona in particular. I thought that their adjustments in their game plan, both defensively and offensively, really made a difference down the stretch. The last 5 minutes is kind of where we let go of that game, and then Arizona State, lead the game for almost 38 minutes and lose the last 2 minutes is difficult. But, their defense was right on point, and we did not execute the way we wanted to. And, they limited some looks late, and that was pretty much the ball game. Sometimes it comes down to one team, stepping up and really closing out the game, and certainly with Arizona State that was the case. But, I think going back and watching the film of both games, certainly there's a lot of areas that we can improve upon this week. Our focus is on that, on the offensive end. And defensively, I think that, we played some pretty good defense in both games, but there's still some areas that we have to shore up. So a lot of work ahead this week, and looking forward to continue to improve and get ready for a rival game on Saturday. Yeah, the game was for us. I thought we turned the ball over way too much, pretty much uncharacteristic turnovers. Rushing and making some poor decisions. I thought that defensively there were times that we did an outstanding job, and there were some times that we had some critical breakdowns that allowed the 3-point shooting that happened in the game. And so we certainly want to take care of the basketball and be a lot better defensively. I think the other thing is offensively, we have to be able to execute against their defense and the pressure that they bring with their size and their athletes, and do a better job of getting the ball both inside and out. I think we've continued to improve immensely all year, and I think especially since Pac-10 has started. And part of that is that, April Cook has become healthier, and that's certainly been that was a tough piece of the puzzle not to have in the preseason. And the other thing is, being younger than we were last year as a team, having 6 new players out there is, our 6 new players are very talented. And now they've been through almost 2 rounds of the Pac-10, and they really have a great grasp on what it takes to execute and to compete and now win at this level. So we're getting better, and we're getting we're getting some seasoning in that young group, and our veterans are getting healthy, and hopefully that will remain a constant for us here as we close out the season. It's interesting because I'm the one that started the streak, and now I'm the one that is in charge of stopping the streak, and so it's kind of weird that way. But the biggest thing that that we've tried to do, and obviously we have great respect for Washington and the rival game in the Apple Cup, and our fans do too, and I know their fans do. They had great turnout there in Seattle when we played there in December. But is to continue to focus on improvement, and also recognizing their strengths, and also I think we don't want to get so caught up into their strengths that we forget about continuing to improve our own. And so it's pretty much for us continuing to get better, recognizing our strengths and weaknesses and improving on those weaknesses, and really trying to negate some of the strengths that Washington brings to the floor. You're not going to ever be able to do that 100%, but we're certainly trying to get our system up and playing it at the highest level at this time of the season. I think it would be easy to get caught up into kind of that, and I try to just keep the focus on making sure that I prepared myself and my team for their best effort against the opponent, and obviously this week it's Washington, and that in itself is a pretty big charge. So just staying focused on that, and I think trying to keep the personal side out of it is very, very important. And I think that, I'm very excited about the game. I'm very excited about our team and the improvement. Have a healthy respect for Washington coming in here. And, I'm just looking forward to both teams playing a great game on Saturday on TV. Well, just to review, April has a fourth and fifth bulging disc in her back, and she's had to deal with that since the last season. She did not participate a lot in any basketball in the off season nor the preseason. She was actually her first game healthy. I think was when we were in Hawaii playing. So she missed a tremendous amount of time trying to let that area heal, and I don't know if heal is the right word, but she's worked a lot on her ab work and such to compensate for the pain and what it brings. But recently she has felt much better, and you can tell, I mean, when you watch her, even when she's running or even sitting on the bench or sitting in practice, there's times when she's in an enormous amount of pain, and there's other times that she looks like her old self. Lately, she's looked like her old self. I had a conversation with her earlier today, and she feels pretty good. She feels pretty good. She did pull a calf muscle in the Stanford game when we were tied 32-all, and that was that's been a tough injury for her to deal with. But she's been able to do a lot of treatment and seems to be getting better. Yeah, just yeah, it's very exciting for our seniors to be able to play their last home game, and I think even more special with their rival school in the Apple Cup. We're expecting a huge crowd, and the Cougars, they're all about loyalty, and they really, I know the fans are going to really want to send those two seniors off in the right way with a packed Beasley, and so it's important for us as coaches and the rest of the team to play as hard as we can and be as well prepared as we can, and just take care of business on Saturday. It's a huge day for them. Katie Calderwood was somebody who came to the program under the previous coaching staff and has been a phenomenal addition to the program. Has not necessarily played a lot of minutes, but has left a huge imprint on the program with her attitude and what she's done in practice and her leadership. And then, of course, Katie Madison came into our program as a transfer, actually walked on, wanted to be a part of the new program over here, and she's had some great, unbelievable defining moments as a senior in the program, and she too is playing on some very wobbly legs with the surgeries that she's had and all the injuries over the years, the elbows, the 5 stitches last week, against Arizona State. I mean, you name it, she has more tape on her, I think, than anybody I've ever seen in the country. But we really want to play great for those seniors. They've been great leaders for us, and we owe it to them to go out and let them finish their career in style. And also yeah, Coogs Have Heart, it's our 4th year for that, and just an opportunity to make sure people are aware of the #1 actually disease and killer of women in the United States is heart disease, and we partner up with a lot of phenomenal partners here and in Seattle to raise awareness and funding to bring more research to find some cures in that area, and it's a great opportunity also to remind people how important CPR is. On the concourse level, we'll have all kinds of things going on, first aid, all the things that were so critical in my opportunity during my cardiac arrest to survive it, and just a chance to make people more aware, bring more money, more funding to heart disease, especially in women, and hopefully save another life. That's what's real important to us, and it's a program that is unique only to Washington State in the country, and it's something that I know the Pullman community really loves, and we'll have a lot of great shirts and stuff for people that get there early. So it's an exciting week with Cougar Athletics, especially being Apple Cup, Coogs Have Heart, and Senior Night. Well, she did, she had a phenomenal game, and, I think that we, unfortunately, in transition, we lost, where she was at, and, that's going to happen. But when you lose someone with that type of shooting ability, and to me, she was in a little bit of a zone, if you will, in a good way for her from the the 3-point line. It can be very costly, and obviously it was in that game. But we had breakdowns in transition. We had some breakdowns in the overload and the 2-guard sets, and those are things that we've seen a lot since, and we're still improving on that area, and we're not there yet. But we're going to keep working on it this week and try to limit those looks. Well, Madison's coming, she's coming in. I have not seen her yet today because we practiced a little bit later this afternoon. But, she'll obviously have to play with stitches in her chin from, from the ASU game and all. But you know what? It's Apple Cup. It's her senior night. It's her senior week. We only have a few weeks left in the season, and she's just going to keep being a warrior for us. There's no doubt in my mind that she'll give us what she can give us. As far as the rest of the team, like everybody else probably, colds, flu, things like that. But who doesn't have that? If you want to play, you'll find a way to feel healthy and get out there Saturday.